Welcome back. On this episode, we spend a month boondocking off-grid in West by God, Virginia. Between waterfalls and swimming holes, we're working on a camper renovation project that is sure to surprise. We also share the greatest, most portable overlanding food ever, and spotlight a remarkable sawyer who epitomizes the Mountaineer Spirit. Let's get this journey started. It's been more than 6 months since Jennifer and I resigned from our jobs at Fort Campbell with the intention of creating epic adventures. This 8-hour trek from Tennessee to West Virginia provided ample time to reflect on our decision. Luckily, there hasn't been a single moment of regret. But even without our daily 9-to-5s, we were quickly reminded that all of life's busy work still remains. While we'd love to travel full-time now, there's still a lot of adulting stuff to complete. But not this month. This month, we've set aside for a trip to a family favorite spot near Holly River State Park. We had the good fortune to be joined by Fred and Jennifer, dear friends and partners in this endeavor. Working in the same office building for 7 years, Fred and I always joked about sending each other grid coordinates. This time, we made the trek together, allowing us to test our field editing skills.
Okay, Dave.
While Fred's Jen is a skilled hiker, it was interesting to see the additional accoutrements he brought along, like his portable heater and personal outhouse complete with party lights. We also learned that Fred is the fire starter and the keeper of the flames.
This is my mood of calmness right here. One does not go to the Holly River without really experiencing the Holly River. cold. And that's how you do it. And scene. Ah, refreshing. So we are at near the trailhead here for the Upper Falls at Holly River State Park, and we're very quickly getting a glimpse of what's to come. We can already see what's ahead. It's hard to believe there's something this spectacular and yet so close. Such a short trail out here. And again, West Virginia with its beautiful boardwalks making the trail very easy. And just like that, we're here.
Amazing. It's a little cool mist coming from it, so it works for an 80-degree day.
Works for me. You have a grist mill in the 1800s, and it's fantastic.
We needed some materials for a surprise camper renovation, so we made a short trek to see our friend Todd Williams, owner-operator of T&J Custom and Portable Sawmill. In an area where everybody knows everybody, Todd and his family grew up with Jennifer's family and has become the go-to guy for all things wood for everyone in the area. He is certainly one of the hardest working yet humble people you would ever meet. He could easily charge twice the price, but he takes comfort knowing that he's helping those who may not have otherwise been able to afford lumber in today's economy. Born and raised in West Virginia, he takes on this sawyer task mostly by himself. His brother Jason joins him every few weeks. during out-of-town oil rig breaks.
All right, I'm Todd Williams. I own T&J Sawmill. We started it last year, first part of last year, 2021. It started out as a hobby, and we ended up starting a business because I got laid off from the oil field, and we kind of just made a go at it. Busier now than we really want to be. We can take it to somebody's house and saw their logs if that's what they want, and just move it wherever we need to move it. It comes out of the shed and we can take it wherever. My brother, he still works in the oil field, and he works 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and he's a big help when he's here, because when he's not here, I'm by myself doing it. And usually when he's here, we get our logs in and do a little bit of sawing, catch up on orders.
So you're out here back in the holler. A lot of it's you alone. Some of it's with your brother.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's really peaceful. I mean, here by myself working, and nobody around to bother me, nobody to answer to. I can take a break whenever I want, or if we have a breakdown or something, it's a little little longer to get parts because we're a little farther out. We grow our own vegetables and everything most of the time, and through the summer, and can them up, and of course we hunt, kill our animals. And my dad, he has a farm, and we butcher a beef once in a while. And so we pretty much live off the land.
For those unfamiliar, there's just something unique about the people of West Virginia. The state has a proud history of immigration, diversity, fighting for what they believe in, arts, culture, and the great outdoors. You can call them mountaineers, but they don't all live in a holler, they don't all hunt and fish, and they're not overall wearing banjo pickers as some ridiculous stereotypes suggest. You can hear the Mountaineer Spirit when fans sing country roads after football games, win or lose. You can see it when West Virginians pull together and help out their fellow mountaineers during times of hardship, even if they're experiencing that hardship too. And hopefully, you can appreciate West Virginians for their self-sustaining perseverance. But that's just my thoughts, so I asked what it means to be a West Virginian.
So Noah, what does it mean to be a West Virginian?
Being free away from a lot of things, well, at least for me. Woods.
Do you think that West Virginians have sort of a tough grit, that they have, more of a self-reliance and able to take care of themselves?
100%, because you're away from a lot of things like grocery stores, like hospitals, and all that type of stuff. So you have to rely on yourself a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Are there things that you think that other people from other states might get wrong about West Virginia?
100%. I think that people
pull off to the right.
I think people from other states probably have a different output on West Virginia, like from other people's words, thinking it's not a nice place, it's all trashy and stuff, but it's actually nice once you actually explore it and be here for a while. So.
Cool.
What does it mean to be a West Virginian?
You know, there's a lot of history in West Virginia. It's a place I've always called home. And there's a lot of pride in being a West Virginian. It's just a certain way of life. There's nothing like it. I think it shows the strength of being a West Virginian in general, being able to be independent, do things you need to do by yourself, and it makes us all stronger as one, I feel like, when you're strong by yourself like that.
I was born and raised in West Virginia, and when I got older, I went to the oil field and moved to New York. But always missed West Virginia. The people's way nicer, I think, and friendly. Everybody you meet along the road, they wave at you. And just a lot of veterans that I grew up talking to, and I'd go to a little gun shop, and every evening after work, when I worked here in the valley at the Sawmill, I'd go there after work and just sit and talk to them. There's probably 5 or 6 veterans there, and we'd just talk and just have a good time in the evening there. And yeah, West Virginia, I wouldn't I don't think I'll ever move away again. This is home now.
Unfamiliar to many of you, but a mainstay in my Mountain State home of West Virginia is perhaps the greatest food for overlanding. Quick and portable, it's the pepperoni roll. The first batch of pepperoni rolls was baked over 100 years ago. An Italian immigrant baker is credited for creating the roll to feed coal miners in north central West Virginia. Pepperoni lasts a long time without refrigeration, making it perfect for those hard-working laborers hired to do extraction work with dynamite and pickaxe deep in the mines. Pepperoni rolls are a staple in West Virginia, but it has not gone without controversy. In 1987, the U.S. Department of Agriculture wanted to reclassify bakeries that sold them as meat processing plants. And to this day, the state of Virginia still considers the pepperoni roll as illegal because the pepperoni is baked in the roll and you can't see the meat. While this simple, unique West Virginia food has evolved over the years, it still remains cheap. It is not messy, it is filling, and it travels really well. Visits home are sometimes too few and far between, but we know when we cross that state line, West Virginia pepperoni rolls are there to greet us in gas stations, bakeries, and restaurants. There are many variations on how to prepare pepperoni rolls, and there truly is no right or wrong way. I tend to favor preparing my rolls like that of the donut shop in Buchanan, West Virginia. I grind the pepperoni and combine it with hot pepper jack cheese. For the bread, I use bread dough from the frozen bread section of the grocery store. Just thaw it, fill it, and bake it. Most people believe these will last a week without refrigeration, but no one knows for sure as they are eaten long before then. Remember, it's just 3 ingredients. Give it a shot.
A pepperoni roll is a roll and it's stuffed with pepperoni and cheese. That's really all there is to it. You got some different kinds of pepperoni. You got the pepperoni sticks and you got the pepperoni little slices, right? And any kind of cheese you want to put in there, there's a lot of different combinations. You can do different kinds of shapes with the dough. So originally it was meant for the coal miners, but I take it anytime I'm going to camp. I take them in my lunchbox to work. Take them when I just want something to eat for a snack. And you can take those things anywhere.
Pepperoni rolls, I remember when I was a kid, when we go to the store, we'd get one for maybe just being good or something, we'd get a pepperoni roll. When I started working, I worked up in New York in the oil field, and I'd buy them here and take them up there because I couldn't buy them in New York. And I'd buy a bunch to last me. We was working 2 weeks at a time, so I'd buy enough to last me 2 weeks till I got back home. Pepperoni, it don't have to be refrigerated or anything. It just, and they last, I don't know how long. I never had any go bad because I eat them too quick.
Gosh, I haven't driven a truck this big since sometime before 2008.
This little guy is clearly not happy with my presence out here. We thoroughly enjoyed spending time on adventures with our friends Fred and Jen. As they departed and the rain swept in, we knew it was time to put on our tool belts. It's a long-standing tradition to always leave this riverside property better than you found it. After all, it's been in the family for 75 years under the most remarkable of circumstances, purchased by a young widowed mother of 8.
First on our list, renovating Mom's camper. She spent many years serving her community as an EMT and always helping others. After more than 25 years, her camper deserved a refresh, and she certainly deserved a bright and lively place to camp.
Not my camper.
Come on in there. just watch your step. There you go.
Wow. It sure looks different, Jennifer. Looks like a new place.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Sure is different.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Very good. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Oh, the hard work you all put into this.
Last on our list, a new table under the family pavilion.
The running joke was, have you ever built a picnic table? No? Then try starting with this 15-foot monster. Following the old design, we managed to succeed with the carpentry skills of our nephew Noah and white oak lumber from Todd. A farmhouse chandelier and plaque honored those who came before us. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications for new episodes. No roads, no worries. See you on the trails.